Hey y'all, it's your girl Candy J. Your favorite certified clinical sexologist, relationship coach, intimacy coach, premarital marital counselor, wedding officiant, Gottman leader for the seven principles for making marriage work, marriage boot camp coach, Mocha marriage facilitator, all of the things, right? But I won't be before you long. I wanted to just talk to you about building trust, right? So everybody has a propensity, the capacity to trust. But based upon life experiences, we start to lose that trust, right? And I'm specifically talking about, especially in your romantic relationships, right? So take a moment to consider this. Your partner is not the only one, not the sole responsible one for the mistrust. What story are you telling yourself, right? Does your fear of loss and abandonment kind of skew or cloud your perspective and cause you to overreact from your partner's actions? Do you bring your best self with your interactions to your partner? Do you possess self love and allow yourself to be loved and respected? There are so many different things that come with trust, right? You have to be comfortable asking for what you need and being vulnerable. And so many of us have an issue with being vulnerable, right? And so that can lead you to, again, if you've been cheated on before, that causes to mistrust. If you've been any type of abused before, it causes you to mistrust. Sometimes even things just like the way we grew up, right? If we never had any faith in our parents to do certain things, then that means that we start to mistrust our significant partner because our parents did not do certain things. It all trickles down. That's why sometimes I have people do genograms so that you can see, the patterns of behaviors in your family and link them up to how your mindset is now. It's called, it's kind of part of cognitive behavior therapy, right? So here's a couple of ways that you can build trust, right? First of all, acknowledge your feelings and practice being vulnerable in small steps, right? Talk about the minor things, right? So if, for instance, a minor thing would be, I went to the grocery store and I had this crazy experience with this lady at the grocery store, right? That's a minor thing, right? It's not a major thing where I'm talking about the death of my grandmother and how it impacted my psyche. Minor, major, right? Be honest and communicate about key issues in your relationships. Do not sweep things under the rug. It's one of the worst things that you can do. Now, does not mean that you don't need a withdrawal ritual like the pause technique that I teach, but it means that at the right times and an appropriate time, talk about those things that are bothering you. Because if your significant other doesn't know that something's bothering you, how can they ever fix it? Or how can you guys ever come to a compromise and talk about it, right? How do you know the intentions behind it if you never talk about it? Challenge mistrustful thoughts, right? Pay attention to the actions, right? Your partner's actions and your own insecurities, right? So challenge those thoughts in your head, right? If that person has not shown you anything that would allow you to go down that mistrustful path, then what are your insecurities, guys? I'll take the easiest example, right? Someone cheating on you, right? If you've been cheated on in the past and you bring that into your current relationship and you're always being mistrustful because they do something that's similar to what your previous person did, then you got to challenge that, right? Ask what intentions, ask clarifying questions, right? Trust your intuition and instincts. That's number four. Trust your intuition and instincts. So that's not saying don't look for the red flags, right? Look for the green ones, but definitely pay attention to the red ones. But don't just create a red flag, right? In getting to know someone in the dating process, and even when you are engaged or married, you find out so much about the other person as the years go by, right? And as you spend more time and get more intimate with that person, right? you find out a lot of things about people. Follow, trust your instincts and intuition. Okay. Assume your partner has good intentions. Mistakes happens. So think about this. Like if someone stubs your toe, most of the time, 99% of the time, 99% of the population is going to automatically say, oh, that was an accident. Oh, it's okay. Right. But why can't we do that in our relationships? Right. And I'm not talking about blatant things. I'm not talking about, oh, they went and cheated. I'm talking about I forgot to wash the dishes. It was a mistake. We agreed on the household chores, but I got tired and I went to sleep. It was a mistake, but I'll get up and do them right now. And we don't overreact about it. We just pivot, right? And see our partner in the light of giving them the benefit of the doubt, right? Listen to your partner's side of the story. A lot of times we hear to respond, but we're not listening for an understanding and a comprehension of what that person is saying, because we're just, oh, I got something to say. I got something to say, right? Right? And now, don't get it twisted. Sometimes I am very forgetful, so if I don't say the things in the moment, I will forget if I'm trying to give you something positive. But for the most part, I'm able to sit back, listen, and regurgitate and explain to the other person what they're saying. And sometimes I even have to take out a pen and pencil to write things down, especially when someone is a little bit more long-winded. And some of the exercises that we do, we ask the person to talk for 15 minutes. That's a long time. Well, you can sit there and take notes so that you don't forget what you have to say, right? Number 7, this is all about building trust, guys. Number 7, practice having recovery conversations after an argument, guys. If you started to feel flooded, and flooded is usually a physiological response, right? You're getting angry, you're getting heated, you have a sense of doom or overwhelmness. There's all kinds of different emotions that can go with flooding, but you need to practice a withdrawal ritual, and that's the pause technique that I teach. If you have not seen that video, please go back and watch that. But everyone needs a withdrawal ritual. So if you start to feel flooded in an argument or a disagreement, you walk away for a certain amount of time and then you come back. But when you come back, you're coming back with the mindset of no sarcasm, no judgment, but you are coming back with collaboration, right? You are building that intimacy. You are restoring a sense of safety and goodwill, right? So these are all things that we can utilize to build the trust, right? So you want to acknowledge feelings and practice being vulnerable in small steps. You want to be honest and communicate about issues in your relationship. You want to challenge mistrustful thoughts and do not sweep things under the rugs and address your own insecurities. Number 4 was trust your intuition and instincts. Number 5 was assume your partner has good intentions. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Mistakes happen. 6, listen to your partner's side of the story. And then 7, practice having a recovery conversation after an argument. Okay? So go back and watch if you missed something. I'll be back with more tips. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, no matter where you're watching, so that you can get all of the mental health tips, marriage tips, relationship tips, sex education tips, and so much more from Candyology Coaching Services. Again, my name is Candy J. Have a great day.